Hey, welcome back you beans to another video here on the channel. How are you all doing? Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. We're back on ARK Survival Evolved with another how to tame episode. Today's episode we're looking at the Diplo, which is this beautiful guy over here that looks like a Bronto but much smaller. And a lot of similarities to the Bronto, as we'll find out today. Now I bet you didn't know that this little bundle of joy over here that just knocks you about the place very annoyingly is actually a passive tame. Now if you went up to this guy, you can see right now, put taming food into your last slot, but it can also be knocked out. So I mean, like, it's too... Oh, okay, well, we didn't want that to happen. This guy can be knocked out and food put in its inventory, or you could passively tame it. This guy doesn't do any damage to you. As you can see, all it does is a knockback. He wants to play. He's like, bruh, let's play. He's not doing it mean. He just wants to be friends. But we're not about that life. So before we get into the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to become a human being, and let's talk about what this guy could do, the best way to tame it. Why do you want this rip-off Bronto? Let's talk about food first of all. So you can tame this guy. Its preferred food is regular kibble, which is one of the bog standard kibbles. I think it's like the third best kibble, is it? So you could use regular kibble, or you could use mejo berries, which is the second best effectiveness, or normal berries. I recommend using kibble just because it's going to go a lot quicker, especially for a passive tame. We all know passive tames are horrendous. So what you could do, the method for taming this guy obviously is passively, but it knocks you back. So what you want to do is try and just stay behind it all the time. So we're going to feed it right now, and that's going to get a percentage going. But if you just circle it like this, it won't push you back. If you don't mind about being pushed back, because generally you will not take any damage. It's only if he pushes you off a cliff or something that you're going to take that damage. So let's see, would this guy want to... There you go. So you can push us back, and we're basically just going to keep running back until you can tame it again. Alternatively, you can use a grappling hook if you're having trouble staying behind it and like not getting hit. You can try and use a grappling hook, and that way you won't get pushed back too far. And basically that is it. You're just going to keep staying by it. Like every passive tame, you're just going to keep feeding it with regular kibble or berries, depending on what you're using, in your last item slot. So once you tame this guy, you want to make a saddle. Now you can learn this saddle level 32, and like I said, this is an early game Bronto, so you can pretty much do the majority of a Bronto, but it's smaller and faster. So once you've learned that saddle, slap it on, and we can talk about some of the abilities. Now as you can notice with this guy, it is extremely fast for the size. I mean, this guy can run, which I never do until recently. I'm not gonna lie, it only has two moves. It only has one move, and that is the just left click attack, which does this sort of knockback, which is the knockback that you'll be doing to a lot of people. It has a high radius for hitting things, so you can hit stuff quite far around, which is pretty good. And of course, as you notice on the saddle, there are a bunch of seats. Now this guy doesn't actually do any damage, so the left click attack doesn't deliver any damage. It doesn't matter what dinosaur you hit. If you hit a player or dinosaur, you cannot do damage with this guy. All it's good for is knockback ability. So as you can see, you can just sort of push things back. There we go. If they're uphill, obviously you're going to get a little bit of resistance, but you can keep pushing these guys back, as you can see. So players, just think for players, you're going to have players running at you. You're going to be able to knock these back in PvP. So put one person on here. And as I said, you've got seats all over this. So you've got passenger seats, and you get to choose up to all these. So you got left up to 5 and then right up to 5. So that's 10 seats. And on the side here, you can use weapons. So this is one of the good things about this guy. You could potentially, if you have a big tribe, you can have someone riding this, knocking back players in PvP, while the rest of your team sit on the saddle and take on flyers that are coming over, or dinos, because you'll be able to shoot with really powerful weapons. So that's one of the main reasons to get this guy. It's more of like crowd control. You can knock stuff away. Nothing will attack you unless it's like a carnivore or something, but nothing will attack you if you knock them back, because you don't actually do any damage with this guy, which is pretty cool. And it's also very good at collecting berries as well as thatch. As you can see, a bunch of thatch you can get. I mean, we get a decent amount of berries. I mean, it's not as much as the Bronto, but you're sacrificing having no attack and a lack of like berries collected and all that. Like the slower resources for a much faster moving creature. I mean, this guy is extremely fast. You can pump up movement speed a little bit more. And as you can see, weight is also a lot more. This is good for low game berry collected. If you can't get a Bronto yet, but you want something that runs like a dog, look at this guy, it looks cute, and it just carries berries. It can carry a lot of berries. If you've got a tribe, you can carry your tribe around. This is probably all that it's good for in that sense for PvP. PvE, you could want the knockback ability. You can try and keep people away. It lays eggs pretty fast, so that might be good if you need eggs for anything. And it also, as you can see, moves pretty fast, has a lot of weight, and you can carry a bunch of people. Might be good for defending your base. Anyways, guys, that is the Diplo, and it is a very cute creature, but not much use for it apart from the passive side of things. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like button, subscribe to become a bean, and I'll see you in the next How to Tame episode. Thank you for watching.